Okay, it's May 26, 2013. This is the final installation video for the FAST EZ-EFI fuel injection that we put on my 77 Nova. This was a video I promised to the guys on Steve's Nova site. So we're going to do a quick run through here of what we did and start the car up and so everybody can hear it. And that'll be the conclusion of the video. We are not going to take the car down the road. I do not have my GoPro camera set up to do that right now, so we're going to have to pass on that for a later date. Just by way of overview, what we did here is we ordered the EZ-EFI system and it took a few days to come in. So we started the project early and did a little preliminary work first. That included putting the fuel line, return line into the gas tank. That took one night. The second night I took the exhaust down and put the O2 sensor bung into the exhaust system. That was night 2. On night 3, we installed the throttle body and plumbed the fuel line going in. On the 4th night, we actually plumbed the return line and did most of the major wiring, and then took a few days off. Spent the next few days just doing finishing touches, final wiring, really simple stuff. But we took our time with it and just made sure we routed the wires all in the right way and had everything laced up and set up exactly the way we wanted it. So it's basically a 6-night project for a one-man job. You know, if you had 2 or 3 guys who had done this before, it would obviously take a lot less time. But working on it myself, it took about 6 nights to do it. But that was working 2 or 3 hours a night, so that was pretty leisurely. So with that having been said, we'll step into the car. Just a note here, the car has not been run for the better part of about 16 hours now, so the engine is what I would consider completely cold, and we'll just give you an idea of what it starts up like, what the procedure is. It's not much different than a carburetor, but a lot smoother than a carburetor is. So we'll slide in here. You can take a look at the gauges. Right down there is the little plate we put in. The ECU for the fuel injection is actually bolted in behind that plate. And you can see we tucked all the wires up fairly well so that they can't be seen from the passenger compartment when you're driving down the road. So first thing we do is we do key in and turn the ignition on. The sound you hear is actually the injectors clicking. We turn on our ignition system, push in the clutch, hit the starter button, which that's the starter button there. And you can hear it starts up. It spools up to about 1500 RPM at initial startup. And again, with a completely cold engine, we're idling about 1100, 1200 RPMs. And it will smooth on out here in just a few seconds as the motor comes up to operating temperature. Sitting on about a half tank of fuel. That's basically, we started on a full tank of fuel, so I've driven about a half tank through it so far. So far, the car's run really well. I've only had to make a few minor adjustments to air-fuel ratio. Just to give you an idea of throttle response. And then right back down to our idle speed. So without taking the car down the road, that's really all I can show you in this video. So we're going to go ahead and shut down and shut the ignition off, close everything up, and that is the conclusion of the video, guys. Hope that everybody got a little bit out of this, and hope that we all learned a little something. It was really an easy install, and early returns are that it's working great. Have no complaints really with the way the car runs, and I encourage anybody else who wants to try this to give it a shot. And by all means, if anyone has any questions, don't be shy and feel free to let me know. Thanks.